This direct-to-DVD disaster film, poorly written, directed, and starring Shane Van Dyke, in what I can only assume was a pathetic attempt to cash in on his famous grandfather's name, was released in August of 2010, having been produced for a ridiculously low budget of only $500,000, which is less than it cost to produce 30 seconds of Cameron's Titanic. The story here is laughably derivative and simple. On the 100th anniversary of the famed ocean liner's original voyage, a similar-looking ship, christened the SS Titanic II, retraces her original maiden voyage and, surprise, gets hit with a tsunami caused by an iceberg and begins to sink.
There are cracks up and down the hull. It crushed the life ramps to the boats on the starboard side.
How many of them?
All of them.
That's half the lifeboats on board.
The bulkheads.
The watertight bulkheads were designed for a head-on collision. We never anticipated being hit from the side.
What are you saying?
As we take in water, she'll tilt further and further to starboard.
How long?
2 hours, maybe 3 if the turbines.
And if they don't?
And the ship goes down. The entire thing will be underwater within 30 minutes.
Okay, begin the evacuation. Fill all the boats that we have.
Women and children first?
Looks like history's repeating itself.
Academy and Emmy-nominated actor Bruce Davison foolishly lends his name to the picture, but thankfully keeps himself off-screen for most of the obnoxious stuff. Former Baywatch cast member Brooke Burns stars as the only intelligent person in the movie, but when she's surrounded by such stupidity, her characteristics are entirely washed out. The effects in Titanic II are not only badly, cheaply, and hastily done, they're terrible to the point of insulting, with the present-day floating museum Queen Mary standing in for a ship twice her size, and one that's not permanently docked next to a Russian submarine in Long Beach, California. Tacky-looking reception halls with low ceilings are unbelievable stand-ins for the supposed luxury cruise liner. Noticeably fake sound effects and unmotivated camera angles try to hide the fact that there's no more than 10 people in any single room. Carefully avoiding any unnecessary effect shots, nearly every substantial scene takes place in an interior room, where there aren't any windows. But when the ship finally does begin to sink, the passengers, portrayed by underpaid extras, slowly trot past Queen Mary's real-life gift shop with no seeming concern for their well-being. Terrible acting, editing, effects, and pacing aside, Titanic II is, technically speaking, a 90-minute movie with action, suspense, tension, and a 3-act structure that occasionally reaches level of entertainment and watchability. Sadly, though, only in the unintentional sense. A classic so bad it's good style picture, the climactic final moments don't have our heroes clutching to the stern as it slowly sinks into the icy Atlantic, but rather dicking around with an oxygen tank in a storage closet as it slowly fills with what I'm assuming is lukewarm water. A terribly made film in every possible facet, this film is only enjoyable ironically and best experienced with a group of rowdy friends. Titanic II is a laughably terrible mess. Awful effects. Well, that's what I thought about this film. Now let's see what you had to say in the YouTube comments. And now the Rate-O-Matic with our scores for Titanic II. A double one. God-awful was the phrase many of you used to describe this literal shipwreck of a film. Its only redeeming feature was the unintentional hilarity. You thought it was garbage. I completely agreed. This movie was so terrible it was at times cringeworthy. Things like the lights of Long Beach being visible in the background when Titanic II is supposed to be in the middle of the North Atlantic. This film was just a big piece of garbage, even if I did get lots of unintentional laughter from it.